YouTube, how is it going today? I hope you're doing well. It's Ant-Man Moto here. As you can see, the skies are looking a little cloudy, a little stormy. It could rain at any moment. But we're going to use this opportunity while it's not raining to hop on the V85 Strada. Strada is street, Italian for street. And we're going to just go for a quick spin. Get a couple things off my mind, chest, and yeah, enjoy life, because we are alive today, we are living, and let's celebrate that fact by riding a motorcycle, shall we? If you are a rider, and you watching this channel is a pretty strong indication that you like riding, then let's celebrate life and ride, shall we? I'm gonna grab my little short gloves. These are terrible gloves to be wearing if you should go down. They will cause damage to your wrists. Not guaranteed, but there's a good chance, especially if you're going at high speed, because the gauntlet part protects this whole area, and without the gauntlet part, this can slide down and you can get it right here. I'm hoping that we are safe today and we don't crash, and having these is better than having nothing. But if you're going to be safe truly, when you put on a pair of gloves, you want to have a pair of gloves like these with the actual, what's called the gauntlet on there, that protects your wrist and that skin there in the event of a get off. So let's just not get off today, shall we? Okay, the V85 Strada is my favorite machine next to my Aprilia Tuono that I think I've ever owned. I've owned a number of bikes. I think I've explained this before in past videos. Not nearly as much as some people. I know one guy right now who owns, like, I think he said he has 40 motorcycles, and he rides a different motorcycle every weekend. Me, I have no money, so I have two bikes, and both of the bikes I own are absolute joys. I love the two bikes I have, and I have to, because these are really the only bikes I'm gonna have. I might sneak in and get a Supermoto, or like a mini bike that's a Supermoto at some point. But as of right now, this is what I'm working with, and I'm really satisfied with the two bikes I have. I did trade my MT-09 SP for this bike, and I'm not the only one. I've seen quite a few of those MT-09 SPs in the dealership having been traded in. They're a fine motorcycle. They're a lot of fun. But the bikes that I've seen that were traded in are the 2023 models, and I think when they upgraded it to the 2024 model, a lot of people got bummed out and traded their 23s in for either 24s or for something else. They immediately felt like their 23s were dated. Maybe that's what it is. That's not what it was for me, but maybe that's what it is for others. My buddy Big E, what's up? Shout out to Big E. I was just hanging out with him yesterday. He drove to Southeast Motorcycle in Douglasville, all the way from Maryville, Tennessee. Quite a few of my Dragon buddies that I ride with when I go up there are from Maryville, or from that area. And he came all the way down to Southeast Motorcycle, which is the greatest Aprilia dealership in the country. #1 Aprilia dealership in the country. Best selection of Aprilias, best staff, most passionate. Everybody there rides. They treat Ant-Man Moto very, very well. They keep my Tuono in tip-top shape. They slapped some tires on this bike for me. And that is where Big E traveled to get his new Aprilia Tuono factory SE09 Superbike Special Edition Tuono. Woo! Applause. Yes, yes. Big E, there was a Aprilia Tuono, the SE09, in the showroom. It got delivered probably 5 or 6 months ago, and I secretly have lusted after this bike for a very long time. When I saw it on the press launch, I said, ooh, it's got the livery from the Max Biaggi days of domination with Aprilia, which is 09, 2010, that time frame, which is why it has the name SE09 BK, Special Edition 09 for the year 2009. Now, they made a couple of thousand of those machines, but they only imported 70 of them to the United States. And Big E got number 25 of 70. So he scored one of those super rare bikes, and I guarantee you will probably never see one of these motorcycles at your bike meet or when you're out and about, because these are very rare machines. I was really excited to hang out with him yesterday and watch him take delivery. He drove all the way to Southeast Motorcycle in Douglasville from Maryville, and we did a quick video of him picking it up. There he is. Are you excited?
I'm excited, man. It's like Christmas.
This is Big E.
Big E.
Big E, about to.
Big fat E.
And we now do the fun part. Look at those brake. Look at the brake ducts right there. I just love those. There it goes. Motoplex Atlanta does it again. And I'm just happy to see the hands that this bike ended up in, because I just really didn't want to go in there one day and hear that the bike was bought by somebody from, you know, the other side of the country and never to be seen again, or it was bought by a 20-year-old kid. You know, because then I would just be having visions of it just doing donuts in the middle of the freeway and just getting dogged out. And to see where it ended up was just like the best case scenario. So congrats to Big E on a beautiful purchase of a beautiful, one-of-a-kind, very rare Aprilia Tuono factory, the SE09 SBK. And it can join forces with my special edition 2019 Aprilia Tuono factory Summit Attack. We can now join forces as limited edition Tuono owners. So congrats to him. And I just wanted to come on here. I have not been filming too many videos with this V85, and I had somebody in a comment recently ask me if I still like the bike, because they have not seen me filming with it. And you know, the bikes, the way I ride them, it ebbs and flows, you know. Cuban Rider is in town right now, and I was at the Dragon, what was it, a week and a half ago, riding with him and riding with Canadian Mike. And the only way I can stay with those guys is to ride the Tuono. You know, I could not stay with them on this bike. I mean, I probably could for a few turns, but, you know, Mike's Gas 700 is super agile and pretty quick. And this bike is as fast as the Gas, but it's not quite as agile, and I'm limited by the ground clearance a little bit, which has me second guessing things, maybe, would have me second guessing things. So I got to ride the Tuono on rides like that. And plus, I just love the fucking Tuono, man. That bike's about to have 30,000 miles on it, and it's up at 129 Motorsports right now, which is the sister store to Southeast Motorcycle in Douglasville. If you own an Aprilia, or if you want to own an Aprilia, we are super lucky in Georgia to have dealerships like Southeast Motorcycle and 129 Motorsports to buy our bikes from and to get them serviced. I mean, they're staffed with the best guys, passionate guys that know how to ride, guys that know how to work on bikes. And you know, it's just awesome to not have to drive to Savannah anymore, because that's basically what my whole situation was. Oh my God, I'm sorry everyone, this has been awful. But it ebbs and flows, is what I say all that to say. You know, so I will have this bike out and about again soon enough, but I'm in no rush to get on it. I kind of like the fact that it only has how many miles do I have on this bike now? Let's see, 3,911 miles. I'm excited to have a bike that only has 3,911 miles on it. And you know, as I ride it, the miles will accumulate and accrue quickly enough. I have not lost any love for the V85. It is absolutely fantastic. I keep it set in sport mode, and I do keep all of the wheelie, the traction control, wheelie control, all that stuff. I leave it on because I'm not wheeling this bike, and you know, I don't mind having the assistance of traction control. Not that I have ever needed it or felt like I've ever needed it, but I like knowing that it's there. And if you have it, why not use it a little bit, you know? Why not? Is this car gonna finally get on the freeway? Hallelujah, God. This is where I come to relax and unwind. This bike still has new bike smell, even though it has 3,900 miles on it. It still smells like a new bike. These Pirelli Angel GTs have been angels. They've been absolutely awesome. Very sticky, and they're not really flattening off. They have about 3,000, I want to say I put 800 miles on the stock one. So these tires have about 3,100 miles on them, and they are holding up beautifully. The Brembo brakes on this bike are incredible. They work so well. Never any issues with braking. I did have a little oil leak here, and it was only because this bolt, or this nut like this one, there's one right under this cap, and it was loose, so I tightened it, put some Loctite on it. It fixed it right up. And that made me check all the bolts, because most of the bolts have this little paint mark on them, which denote they've been checked or torqued. But these bolts didn't have any paint on them, and there's 3 like it on the other side. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but they have no oil on them. Now I'm seeing oil here, so that one might be getting loose again. I don't know why these bolts get loose, but they just seem like they do. So we will be checking that when we get back home. And yeah, love this motorcycle so much, and I'm so thankful I took the leap and committed to getting it, because it's just been completely a pleasure so far. That seat is so comfortable for all day riding. The riding position is just very confident, very, you know, in control. The pulses from the V85, that 80 horsepower motor, it's a 90-degree V or transverse twin, and it gives you these beautiful vibrations, man, that you just can't recreate. It's just a wonderful bike to have underneath you. So very happy with it. As you can see, I did not change much of anything except for the engine guards. I might be repeating myself now at this point, because I think I did a video like this, but just to summarize, Oh, and a lot of people ask me what this is. This is for my heated gear. It could come off if I wanted it to, but I just leave it there. And when it's heated gear time, I pull these wires out and they plug up to my vest and to my gloves. Yeah, but obviously we don't need them right now because right now it's about, what is it out here right now? About 90 degrees, 85 degrees. But yeah, all I did was put the engine guard on there. And I did buy the D-Cat and the T800, but I haven't done that yet, and it's really not an urgent thing that I do. And yeah, that's about it. There's no need to mod it. I did take these little long poles off of here. These reflectors were at the bottom of these long poles. I took those off. But besides that, that's it. I mean, everything is just ready to rip on this thing. Oh shit. Oh shit, did I do that? Did I step on this anthill? Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out today. We got caught up. I will be on the Tuono next week. I'm trying to figure out a way to take both of these bikes to the Dragon Racers Camp. We have an overnight stay next week at Dragon Racers Camp, and right across the street from the Topoko Lodge. And I can't wait. I met Istvan and his girl Lizzie last time I was at the Dragon, about a week and a half ago, and I had a beer with them. Well, actually, I had the beer. I don't think they were drinking, and just, discovered that he was the owner of that place. And I told him, hey, I've seen it on Instagram, and FR Johnny did a cool video about it, and I never knew where it was. The Moto Bros did a video about it, and now I know right where it is. So we booked a stay there, and we're going to do that next week. And I want to bring both bikes. I want to bring this and the Tuono. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Put a trailer hitch on the Toyota and pull a trailer with this on it, or just rent a box van and put both bikes in the box van. I got to figure out how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to get it done. So stay tuned for that, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, week, month. Thanks for watching Ant-Man Moto. Like, subscribe, and tell a Moto buddy. And remember, take care of each other, but more importantly, take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, you're just no good to any damn body, and we don't want that. So take care of yourselves. Go ride a motorcycle, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.